Hi everyone, this is Shakti here, the founder of Spiritual Alignment, coming live today on day 27 of 365. I cannot believe how quickly this time is flying by, and I want to say thank you for um, watching these videos. I am trying my best to share stuff that I feel like will be valuable for you. Sometimes I do come in with my personal tidbits, but I try my best to share things with you that can really support you in this moment. So, before we get into today's topic, I want to show you the forest. We are in Tahoe National Forest, and you see all these beautiful trees here sending their warmest grounded energy to you. And by the way, the light you see up here, wait, is not sun. It's the reflection of my bulb light in the glass in the window. So, with that, I want to talk to you about, oh, by the way, Forest, come over. I have a retreat center and I have openings for private retreats. And if any of you want to bring a group here, it's available right now. The space can hold about 10 people. So, as you are thinking about your business activities and your business growth in 2025, if retreats are part of what you want to offer this year, please know I got your back. The space is ready, and not a problem to host 10 people here. We have 320 acres of land and river, creeks, mountaintops. It's just beautiful. We also have a tie-up with the local resort where your guests can actually stay, which is not too far, like maybe 2 miles away from here, and your guests can stay there, and you can host the program during the day and the meals at our location. So if that's you, you know, just want to let you know that this is an incredible opportunity to jump on. And I will say, actually, why this is so important. I'm really tuning into the collective energy right now. A lot of people are feeling a level of isolation. There's a lot of isolation that's starting to release, and people are craving and longing for connection. So I think retreats is an amazing way of not only boosting your income, but also to have people feel each other in person, to have them like develop connections with each other, to feel a sense of belonging. And the more you can facilitate that for people, the more your clients are going to be loyal to you once they have felt that sense of belonging. It just is such a powerful kind of feeling to have when you know you belong and when you know you're surrounded by a group of people who really understand you. So if retreats are on your docket, hit me up, let me know. Would love to plan something amazing with you. And and if you don't want to offer retreats and just want to come over for a private retreat, you're welcome to do that. I have dates available this year, and we should talk and lock something in if that's you. So, I want to talk to you about something that I recently came across. I had a client, and this client has been doing all the things, posting 3 times a day, putting videos in the stories, just putting themselves out a lot more, a lot. And this is a big step they have taken recently. And she was getting really frustrated with not getting the traction she wanted to get. So here's something I shared with her. And, with this client, and this is the magic of working with somebody one on one, is that you can, like, I can tell where the energy is, what is happening. So I don't have to look at 5 different metrics, which, by the way, is such a cool thing to do as well. And there's a place where metrics and the intuitiveness can come together. And that's the place I strive to go because there's merit in both. So when I intuitively tune in, I saw that the biggest thing that feels like like a hold up in their space or in what's playing out in their marketing is authenticity. And I didn't expect this to come forward in such a strong way. Um, and in this authenticity, like I remember actually, oh my god, I'm feeling so strongly it's authenticity, but should I say it? Am I saying the right thing? Am I supposed to say this? And then it hit me, well, Shakti, stay authentic to what you feel is right. Because there's a time when you as a coach, you as a mentor are speaking and you're tuning in and you're picking on, and you don't know how the other person is going to receive this, if that is actually how what they're experiencing, or not. And there's definitely a way of asking questions, but a lot of times my clients don't even, not my clients, most people in the world don't even know what they're experiencing. And that's where, having access to these intuitive gifts come in as such a blessing, because now I don't have to interrogate somebody through 15 different questions. I just can tune in and see what is that one thing sitting at the root of all this, right? So with this client, was the challenge was authenticity, and I noticed that her energy gets like really wobbly around that. So there, with her, there's more to this conversation. Obviously, what is your messaging? Are you is the messaging resonating with what you're selling on the back end? That's the bigger thing, right? Then the other thing is, after that, who are you targeting for your offer? Is the messaging now resonating with that audience, right? There's more to this. But what people mostly do, and this happens so much, and I'm guilty of that too. Please don't think I'm any better here. I had to go through my own hard lessons to be able to come to this place of being able to share what I do know, is that we become so good at people who know it all, and we forget to be authentic. And we somehow, it's like, oh, you can do this and you can do this and you can do this, and I know it all, right? Like I'm so smart. But what gets missing is the resonance. It's like, and I'll tell you, with my journey, oh my gosh, I hated social media. And I had the hardest time getting traction. Hardest time. I still struggle with it. It's a continued journey. And but I'm at least getting to a point where I can be consistent with it. It took me so many years because I have a lot of trauma in my throat that doesn't let me fully express myself. As a child, I never spoke. I used to be very shy. I used to be very muted. So this was an area of really big growth. And the irony of this, and you're gonna laugh with me, the irony of this, I've spent my whole life in work doing marketing work. I used to work in banking and I did marketing work there. Marketing just drew me in, like I was just so magnetized to learn more about how to speak, how to word, how to write copy, what type of graphic, how to measure the results, how to tweak the strategy, how to have a strategy, how to define campaigns. This is what I have done all my corporate life, and I sucked at it, right? So it's so, and this is a very hard lesson for me as well. And what I was missing is that what I was doing, I was speaking so broadly to people and giving them a solution, right? Giving them like, hey, here's what you should do. And it had like this vibe of like, trying to be a guru, trying to have the most idealist thing to write and say and inspire people with. And when it comes to business and selling your offers, it's less about inspiring people. It's more about meeting people where they are, meeting in their own experience of what they're going through and showing them what is possible for them. And a lot of times this is a more step by step thing. Like, I love storytelling for that reason too. It's like sharing with somebody, here's how I was before. And these are the steps I had taken to arrive at this point. Kind of what I'm doing with you. I'm sharing with you. I never had the skill of speaking. I was really bad at it. And I spent my whole life doing marketing work. And I still sucked at marketing. And the way I got better was understanding and implementing and being so mindful of when I am talking to somebody, am I showing up in a space of I know it all, or am I coming from the space of here's how you can, like, I took steps to get to this place, and here's how you can take steps to get to the place if this resonates with you. And that is what makes it so much easier um, to be relatable, to be trusted by our audience, to be so authentic, where we're not trying to be the super women and supermen. Here, we're just trying to be human, and we're owning our humanity in its fullness and developing trust. Um, and this also does require like a little bit of a solution oriented approach, kind of sharing, here's the process I used to move through this, and it is available for you too. So if you're somebody who has been posting, I want to, again, there's so much goes into mapping out a content strategy and mapping out, what is your overall messages, what are some of the pillars, what are the topics you can hit on, what graphics, all of that can be mapped. But what I want to invite you to start thinking about, how can you be more authentic on social media? And it's less about like oversharing, but it's more about being willing to just go in a level of depth with you and owning the parts of you that you may not be even comfortable owning. And it knowing that you don't have to do this perfectly. It takes time. It's a journey of growth. But how can you um, allow people to see the depth that you move through in your life? And I feel like I want to do an example of this. I feel like that will be really powerful. Uh, so one example that is coming to my mind is like a coach. Let's say it's a fitness coach, and they're posting how they feel like, you know, they feel so good being in their really like attractive body by dropping 50 pounds of weight, right? And how like their confidence is like top notch and da 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 da, all the great things happening in their life because they've lost weight. And that is so good, but it just creates this like unrealistic standard in people's mind, because remember who their clients are. Their clients are people who want to lose weight, right? People who have already lost weight are not clients, they are peers, they are friends, right? They're not looking for this coach's service. And who people who are overweight are looking for a fitness coach's service. So if a fitness coach, for example, talks about how you know they're feeling on the top of the world, they're feeling confident, they're rocking the meetings at work, they're getting promoted, their family life is more peaceful, there's more harmony, blah 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 blah, and they're loving their routine, it's all over social media, right? That's great. That's good content. But what's even great content is like them sharing about the time when they made a decision to lose weight. I was addicted to a cycle of overeating. Every time, I used to feel sad, I remember just eating a lot of food to pacify me. And it just became such a vicious cycle that was hard for me to break through. And there was this one day I decided enough, like I want to live. And that day I had an appointment with my doctor and we were checking my vitals, and I realized my cholesterol shot up. And that day was a day of reality check for me because I have two little kids, right? And incorporating this storytelling in showing, hey, I was here before. I get it, what you're feeling. Now, can you tell how the second type of content is going to create more trust and establish rapport and a level of relatability with your client than the first type, right? The first type just set these unrealistic standards. The second type bring in a level of relatability that makes it super authentic. That this coach is not the superhuman. It's just a human, right? It's a human. It's somebody who has worked through their humanity and came on the other side with losing weight and feeling more confident. Another good example on that, in the same for the same fitness coach, could be if signing up for a plan was so easy, but sticking to it was the hardest part. I made a commitment to wake up at 5 in the morning, and then came winters, and I was starting to lose all the momentum. You know, in those moments, this is what kept me going. Stories like that are very specific, that have a very clear process, a clear background, a context, a process that somebody moved through, really are they get a lot more traction from people. Somebody sharing, okay, this is how I lost weight. That fitness coach sharing, this is how I lost weight without sacrificing my daily dessert, right? Like, can you tell me, like, can you see how powerful that would be? And it's like, well, here's what I ate throughout my day. That's such a good content piece because I don't want to give up my sweet, my dessert, my chocolates, right? I would be so inclined to looking at what journey did they take. Um, yeah, and there's so many content pieces that can be put together when we really be very specific, when we allow ourselves to be authentic, not just say things for the sake of saying, but here's how I moved through it. And here's the result I got from following this, and you can too. And that just makes it so much more achievable for your potential clients to see them moving through it because they're constantly learning from your example. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know, how did you like it? Let me know if there's a follow-up question on that. I'm always down to looking at your own business, seeing what is cooking up in your world. And if you, I mean, I still have a couple calls available. If you would like to sit with me and just map out how we can tighten up your marketing, your visibility, how can we like create an offer that can allow you way more freedom in your business, way more stability in your income, even increasing your income. That is what I want to stand for, because it's not being easy being an entrepreneur, and especially a woman entrepreneur. There's a lot that we're working with here. There's a lot that sits in our DNA, from our ancestry, from the society, how it's like set up. Women are not always set up for success. So I do have a personal mission here tied to all this, which is to really support women entrepreneurs. And I feel like it starts right here in our community where you can feel supported. And, I would love to sit with you for 30 minutes and map out, help you put together a plan where we can like really clarify your offer, your biggest message, and who it is for, just help you clarify what would that strategy be, and have you launch your offer in the next 90 days. So if that is you, if this calls you, to send me a DM or put a comment, put an emoji in under this post, and I would love to connect with you. Well, that's all I have for today. Take good care of you. I will see you for day number 28 tomorrow. Bye. I can end this live. Let's see. Come on. I can't end this live. Love when this happens. Come on, where are you?